Now, over time in your aquarium, you can build up various algae that you don't like. Dinoflagellate algae, cyanobacterias, and things that will cover the surface of your rock that you're unhappy with. Now, in general, it will take time for these algae to occur because it will take time for the nutrients in the water to build up to the point that these algae enjoy it. So if you've got silicate in the water, you tend to end up with the diatom algae. If you've got phosphates in the water, you'll often end up with the green algae. There's various nutrients that correspond to various algae, but not necessarily. It is absolutely not the case that one algae just eats one nutrient. That is not the case. So what you want to do is slowly reduce the nutrients present, such as if you've got diatom, you want to reduce the silicates. So you might want to replace your RO filter, and you might want to add something like a phosphate filter that might have some ferric iron or something in it that's going to remove the silicates. And you'll find that it takes many months for the water to deteriorate to the point that you start to get these algae. So therefore, there's a very slow, delayed time in getting these algae, even when the water starts to become ripe for them and not perfect. And then just as it takes time to get these algae, it also takes time for them to go away. So if you start to treat your silicate and you might figure out that it's a bit high, you might increase your water changes, you might replace your canisters in your RO filter, you might add ferric iron phosphate removers or whatever you decide to do, then you need to get the level down to 0. That might take you 4 to 6 weeks to actually get it to 0. Once it's actually at 0, it then becomes a starvation process. So it may take another month after that the algae will then start to starve. Then as the algae starts to die, it's going to release its stores of silicates and phosphate and whatever it's storing. It's going to feed the other ones because it doesn't want to die. So therefore, you need to allow time to fix these sorts of problems. And the enemy to algae is your reef builders. So phosphate and nitrate, silicate are all the things that are going to encourage these algae. And if you fix these things, over time, you will see a improvement in the algae. It will decrease. And your calcium, particularly pH. Lower pH water tends to get more algae. If you get your pH to 8.4, you'll find the algae just really doesn't seem to like it as much. If you get your KH 8 or higher, if you raise your magnesium probably up around 1500, then all these are the things that discourage the algae and encourage your coralline algae. Because you really want your good coralline algae to be out competing the nuisance algae. And if the nuisance algae are out competing the coralline algae, then you just need to look at your nutrient levels and you need to look at your reef building elements. And if you get them in whack, then you should find that your coralline algae start to prevail again. But the changes that you make today, you might start to see in more like 1 to 3 months.